everybody, it's David Fleming here from the Toronto Realty blog, and today I wanted to let you in on all of the ridiculous or funny street names that exist in Toronto. Now some of them, believe it or not, aren't that funny, but if you're 15 years old, or if you act like you are, or if you're completely immature, you know what? You can make them sound funny. Have you ever heard of Blong Avenue? Would you want to live on Blong? Do you think you'd get along on Blong? Blong Avenue, ladies and gentlemen, you can live there. Cameo Crescent, I've always thought is kind of funny, because you know that somewhere there's that poor child whose dad never comes home to see him and he's hoping maybe he'll make a cameo. How about Poulet Street, French for chicken? Is anyone hungry? What about Magic Lane? Did anything happen? Something was supposed to happen, that was the whole point. But Magic Lane, seriously though, it's actually down the street from Catmint Lane. Now, there are a lot of streets that sound funny if you, as I mentioned, happen to be an adolescent. For example, Banger Road, okay, and Randy, oh yeah, and Horner, okay. Now, what happens if you happen to live on Dryman Crescent? Do you not speak to the folks on Banger, Randy, or Horner? Now, what if you grew up in jail? Are you familiar with what a sharpened toothbrush is? It's a shank. That's right. Shank Avenue is at King and Shaw. Now, there's also Cummings, which if you're completely immature, would be one that someone told you should put in your video. Dingwall. Dingwall and Frizzell, two of my favorites, located in Riverdale, of course. I have a colleague on Dingwall, and I have a client on Frizzell, and we always argue over which one is worse. Marmot? Varmint? And how about Nairn Avenue? Reminds me of university when people would go, hey, has anyone seen Dave? And I'd go, yeah, he's upstairs. Nairn his chest. I actually did that, but I was into bodybuilding. What about Whitewash Way? Is it funny that it's in Brampton? How about Bigwood Court? Again, if you're completely immature, you might find Bigwood to be kind of funny. Delta, Gamma, and Beta? If you're not in a sorority, what are you doing living on these streets? And how about Mundane Road? That has to be the most boring, simple street ever. Mundane Road? What about Bagot Court? Bagot Court, again, I'm a totally conservative guy. I want to keep this PG-13. But if you have a kid, knowing the way children are today, how they tease each other, and you happen to live on Bagot Court, for Christ's sakes, move. He's not going to have any friends. And last but not least, I have saved three for last. First, we have Foch. I didn't swear. This is still SFW, safe for work. That's right, Foch. It's up at Brown's Line. F-O-C-H. Foch. You have to put the in. Otherwise, you're swearing, folks. And you can't email your agent about that property that you want to see. Then you have my favorite, which is Gooch. Gooch? Gooch. It sounds like and none of which I want to say in this polite video that seems to be getting a little bit worse. And last but certainly not least, we have asshole. That's right, asshole. So if you have a lisp and you grew up and you weren't able to get your tongue out of the way when you were speaking, asshole. Oh, I live at Islington in the Queensway. I live at asshole. Asshole? Anyways, guys, there are some crazy street names in the city of Toronto, and this barely scratches the surface. If you can think of any others, post them below, because I can guarantee, as hard as we worked on this list, we probably missed a few. See you next time.